aggression, really, they want to come out before the aggression. They want to be the ones making LMQ react. If they're trying to match LMQ's aggression, that means they're one step behind.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of that does have to do with the difference in junglers. Whereas No Name is this guy who was previously a captain of his other team, and he's in this leadership position, and he comes in, does a lot of planning for the team. Amazing plays much more reactively in the early game. He said he doesn't, come into the games
That's true.
with those goals. So we'll have to see if he can rely on his mechanics, which are superb, and his dueling power to overcome what LMQ are bringing to the table early game.
And it looks like with the Nunu going out, they really just take away LMQ's chances for that dive-heavy composition. A lot of aggressive dive-heavy champions to be going out here.
Yeah, LMQ have been the only North American team to use Nunu effectively, and it's all about that counter jungling and really attacking teams that pick weaker mids so that you can get Nunu into their jungle and do a lot of counter jungling early and try and keep them down. So maybe TSM will not be picking extremely strong early games this time around. Banning out that Nunu, maybe they want to free Bjergsen up to go with something like Nidalee, who would be a little bit passive in the early game.
This is really one of the first times we haven't seen Amazing being focused with more than 2 jungle bans as well. So he might actually have the time of his life in the jungle this game.
Yeah, I'm sure he's very glad that he has not been targeted once again, because he has been the target for many teams that have had success against TSM.
Right.
And even though he's trying to branch out and expand his champion pool, TSM just has not reacted well to all the bans focused at Amazing. Even in the ban phase, they can change up what their bans are going to be and ban out something else, more junglers, but they haven't reacted very well to those situations. So they're probably happy with how the bans have gone down so far.
Shyvana being grabbed up. Ackerman's been playing quite a bit of that himself. To a great play. Now going on to Dyrus, we see No Name could be picking up the Lee Sin for himself. Still wants to be a force in the jungle. He can definitely wreak some havoc trying to get in and out with Lee Sin tricks. Thresh for more. We've seen Thresh on quite a bit of supports. He has quite a good champion pool to be coming out to the start of the LCS summer split. And it looks like they may actually go for Twitch here and looking at Vasily. A lot of discussion for LMQ before they even lock in these first 2.
Yeah, with Lucian being banned, definitely very high priority on Twitch. So they don't want to early pick their jungler because there are more junglers up, whereas the AD carry pool that's available is much smaller. Both teams are really trying to get the highest priority picks in positions, but basically the first picks for those positions. So TSM go top lane and then jungle, where LMQ take up support and AD carry. Really, mid lane is going to be left for counter picking because there weren't that many mid lane bans. Only 3 is not a lot in the current meta. So they still have a whole bunch of options there. But locking in Lee Sin for Amazing is probably one of the biggest wins for TSM. To have him on at least a champion that he is comfortable on and has performed on will probably be a big morale boost for the team, if nothing else.
Looks like the Corki does get locked in. Much more playtime being seen on him, especially from Altec and from Sneaky. This time Wild Turtle's going to go for it. See how he does. He's actually been quite aggressive in his play. Gleb's kind of had to play Zookeeper on that one.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good champion for Turtle in his current state because Corki will just continuously dish out damage, and it's all mixed damage so far here from TSM. Top lane, very mixed damage there from Shyvana, as well as mixed from Corki. Even Jungle Lee Sin does a decent amount of magic damage from Max and Cripple, Tempest Strike, but they're pretty well-rounded so far. Good, strong team fight for the first 3 picks for TSM. But LMQ do have Kha'Zix on top of Elise here. So it's going to be a lane Kha'Zix. We haven't seen that from them before.
Right. Death and destruction out of an assassination team coming out here. LMQ looks to be still aggressive. Like TSM said, their assertiveness is something that you have to match. They're going to try to do it. We'll see what Bjergsen has for himself. And Glebe to pick up, actually.
So this LMQ team here, with the Twitch and Kha'Zix and Elise, they're fairly squishy at the moment. We'll have to see if that Kha'Zix is actually going to go to mid lane or top lane, because we've seen a couple people take that Kha'Zix versus Shyvana matchup, and it's pretty hard to deal with. That's definitely going to be Ackerman up top with Kill, by the way, though.
Very interesting pickups. It makes it so much harder now for TSM to adjust to these fights with the intervention coming in from Ackerman. But TSM has gone with what they stated. They want to match the aggression.
Yeah, I was saying this LMQ team looks pretty squishy so far. So they just add in an invulnerability there to the
Good
team.
to go.
Now, the question is, who are they actually going to target with it? Because Ackerman's going to have to be very, very quick with his ultimates. Either Kha'Zix or Twitch can go down very quickly if they get caught in that Lee Sin or Shyvana setting up a knockback for Bjergsen. Then either one of those high damage, low health targets can be taken off the map very quickly. Kale is a champion who's all about timing.